Our goal is to redefine age and aging. What would it look like if age wasn't an issue in any community? We had ageless communities. What would it look like if we were all getting a chance to live our best life? How would it feel if we had control over the choices we made to make that best life?
That's a fascinatingly weird idea to me.
Isn't it weird?
If you're intentional about it and you're actually cutting across these different demographics and these different ages, I feel like it's a more meaningful conversation, which will lead to a gathering of more diverse ideas and exposure of diverse communities. Because I feel like the way that I tend to network and the way I notice other people network, they network within their sector, their age group, or their education level, or their ethnic community. They seem to activate around commonality, and I feel like that's also isolating. So this idea is universally common. We are all going to age, hopefully. So I think that's something we can actually get around and have a conversation about, because we're all going to experience this.
Place is commonality. Like, place is arguably the most common thing that you can have with people, where you're from and where you live. And so, I mean, to me, a lot of this is just about, like, integration. Like, how do you integrate the old and the young? There's a lot of benefit of having integrated families and integrated communities age-wise, and I think that has been lost.
Where I work with people that are older than me, and they span the gamut from 50 to 90, and they've been teaching me how to live well and age well just by their own example. They are so sharp, and they're out doing really amazing work in the community. And so by being exposed to them, I'm thinking 20, 30, 40 years in advance, where I normally wouldn't be if I was just working with my peers. So that intergenerational exposure is really important.
I wonder how much can we affect what's going to happen next?
I'm feeling inspired, and I'm wondering how to activate. And I'm thinking, I'm feeling introspective as well. That I said it just kind of off the cuff, but I'm thinking again. I love that it just came up once that you want to have a fulfilling career, because so many of us are focused on what we do, and while we are in a social service or nonprofit sphere, we still want it to be meaningful. We want to be as successful as we can, and maybe money isn't the real reason that we are in this area, but it means something to us, and that's why we're working so hard. And so then I think about the balance that we're looking for, because yes, there's the money, the affordable, or the healthcare piece, and then the community piece. But there's still some big pods here that I think about balance, and so that's why I'm again introspective and thinking about how could I activate with this information.
We talk about 4 pillars of best life. The first is purpose. What are we here? What is it we want to do? What's the mark we want to leave? What's the difference we want to make? What's our life about? What's the balance? And the balance is finding that give and take between job and our family and the things that are important to us. Finding a way of just blending it all and expressing who we are. The other is vitality. What kind of energy do we have around this? Is it keeping us energized and growing and looking at that? And finally, it's our outlook, our perspective. And if our perspective is negative, then everything kind of crumbles.
I was just going to add one thing. I have a lot of respect for some of the concepts that I saw here, and it made me stop and think that this is something that I need to do without just 5. I think there's one that really struck me, but that was successful or healthy children. And that's something that I take for granted. And that scares me that I took it for granted. It didn't even occur to me that 25 years from now my kids won't be anything but as successful as in doing exactly what they want to. And so I really want to stop and take a look at a lot of these different concepts and even brainstorm some in addition to this. Whatever you're planning for us to participate in might be a good spot.
This really was the first of these sessions, and we're planning to be many, many more of them, harvesting lots of great ideas that can be used to build a better society that you'll all age in. This is a very personal subject, obviously. You can distance yourself and say society is about to do this or that or the other thing, but it's your society. And you are the leaders that are going to really make some of this happen or not. So, taking the time to think through this, be sensitive, sensitizing others to this, has social impact. So thanks for getting us started with this.
And if you're interested, go to the website, join the movement. We'll
Join
start
the
staying in
movement.
touch
Yes.
with you.
Yeah. And what that means, by the way, is not necessarily that we're going to ask you for $1 million donation. What it means is that you're going to be socially engaged with us. Michelle is developing some tools, some communications. We're going to have an active,
Thank you to
dynamic
Warren
blog.
and Yesenia.
So do it. Join the movement. Appreciate it.